Hello there, my cosmic kittens and planetary puppies. It's your girl Catz, the Wandering Intuitive, and I'm back once again with your forecast for the week ahead. Everything you need to know about me, where you can find me on social media, as well as contact me down below in the description box below, along with your team timestamps. And this is timeless, so when you find this, it's exactly the right time for you. Ooh, full moon. Venus going direct, though we're still in post shadow for a couple weeks. Easter coming up for those who celebrate that. Oof. See what this week has ahead for us. Okay, we're going to do a quick connection with our guides and meditation. If you want to skip this, you can go ahead and do so. All right. Take a deep breath. There's a lighter vibe today. Let's open up to that. Right here in this space, we can be this way. Safe, relax, and open to our guides. Asking our guides now, just breathe. Feel that chillax vibe. Just relaxing. Breathing. Ask your guides which team you're on for this week's forecast. It's going to be team 1, 2, or 3. You might get 2 numbers and that might throw you off a bit. The one that comes in the strongest, watch that one first and the other one afterwards. Just keep breathing. Connect in. Tell your guides thank you for showing me signs in the physical plane. I know we've all been hearing them and seeing them. Asking them for help, seeing them to guide you. Okay, Gabriel. Team 1. Just keep breathing. Team 2. Don't forget, if you pull cards, you can pull along with me. So some things you're not sure if they're for you or not, you can pull cards on while you're watching. Give you clarification, maybe open it up more for you. Team 3. All right. Team 1, 2, and 3, all ready to go. Team 1, timestamps down below in the description box. Catch you in a sec. Hello there, Team 1. How you doing out there? Ooh, whip in the middle. Let's see what your guidance is or your forecast. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. I felt like I heard somebody go, yeah, no shit. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. Here in this space, I require nothing from you. Just need to show up and listen. Okay? I feel like I want to breathe for you. I feel like I need to do relaxing exercises. I understand that. Trust me. Oh my. All right, let's get into it, guys. Okay? This week. Got a busy week, right? Those of us who celebrate Easter. Other things going on. The stuff that was going on before, though, is starting to taper off. But I feel like for, take a resonance pitch out the rest and pull cards if you need to, if you have them. I feel like some of you just are still feeling the reverberations from whatever you went through the past few weeks, maybe in the past month. And Spirit's saying, now it's time to move. Snap out of it. Because it does weigh on our mind. When we're getting back to back to back every day, all day long, we're not getting breaks, It just seems like it's one thing after another, Then you're trying to fit in yourself. And it seems to be like, it's almost like everything's backfiring, snowballing. It's like, God bless it, I just want it. That's all I want. Just want to feel good and do my thing. But there's a lot of drainage here too. Energy. Okay, let's get to it. Now, Spirit is definitely hardcore sending people to you to get you out and about, get you going again. We have the garden with the fox to the birds. It could possibly be work related. Okay. For some of you, it may be something very unexpected, almost like talking with friends, but they're being cunning. They want to get you out. Okay, in a very loving way. Okay, so then you may actually, I don't want to say the word tricked. It's not a bad vibe here. This is about people who truly care, that just like they have to do something to get you out. Like, say it's a surprise party and they're like, oh my God, my toilet exploded. There's water and shit everywhere. Literally, help, help. And you're like, okay, all right, let's go. And you get over there and it's a surprise party for you. That kind of thing. That kind of sneakiness is what I'm seeing here. It's all good, though. It's really, really good. And it's almost like, too, Spirit's got to come in, like, are behind your back to get you out again and, around the good vibing, relaxing people, because they are there. It may even just be something where you do something online, okay? Maybe you've been staying away, not really talking that much. Spirit's about to kind of bring you back in the fold. We all have to take time for ourselves, especially when we're feeling crappy. And we don't want to keep, like, what do I call it? Drama dumping all over everyone. Or mind spinning, dumping all over everybody. We don't want to do that all the time. We start pulling back, right? But the thing is, we also need people. It's nice to have that communication because it supports the fact that we're not alone. Because we're not. Even spiritually, a lot of people even pull back from their guides. Because you don't need wands, crystals, cards to connect with your guides. You just need you. Clear mind. Just focus on an image that you resonate with when connecting with your guides. An angel, a deity, could be Buddha, But sometimes it's hard to do that because our mind won't stop. It's almost like a punishment, which is interesting because we have the whip in the middle. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of stuff coming up that's been very triggering, especially from our past, whether it's a child or a childhood or whether it's, teenage years, 20s, 30s, it doesn't matter. Okay. That's been coming up a lot. Things have happened in the past. We are starting to get like in our face, seeing this repeated, whether it's in families, like the next generation's going through exactly the one thing that you never wanted for them, and they're like almost to the letter, right? That can be extremely not triggering. Isn't even the right word. It's a mind fuck, and you feel so helpless. Part of it's, we feel guilt, we feel blame, we feel shame. All we can do is be there with our expertise. And that makes it hard because we want to stop it, right? But we can't. It's out of our control. And that's one thing that Spirit, I really feel strongly about the whip. Allow and accept, which is very hard to do. It's easy to say, oh, I do that all the time. But do we really? Maybe we selectively do that. But the deeper stuff, whatever from the past that has been, really, because it can affect us mentally, emotionally, mentally and physically is the two strongest words. Spirit's like blowing up in bold in my head here. Mentally and physically, we work together, because it's you, but Spirit is coming around. And the only way they were wording it to me is they're coming up with something new. The child can represent not just like the past when we were younger. That's what I heard exactly. But it also represents a small new beginning. But something powerful enough to crack that whip. Like in a way, wake you up. Really wake you up, okay? And get you going. Okay, we have the tree here. It's almost like the whip kind of cracks the past window, or the past things that have happened in the past that would keep like kind of haunting you, if you will, going over and over and over. Spirit stops that in some small way, but it's extremely powerful to get you to see where you are now. You had to go through all those experiences to get here now, and yes, you're seeing your kids now. If you look at, once you look at that, I say kids, I don't know why that's coming up, but take what resonates, or whatever situation it is that mirrored something that you went through in your past. It didn't end up very well, right? And you're seeing, your kids or a family member, a sibling going through that same thing. There is differences here. And the second thing, the Spirit says very strongly, you have to allow and accept they're not you. They're not going to think about the situation the same way. They're not going to deal with it the same way. They're not going to process it the same way. And that can be really hard, especially when you're a parent. But Spirit's coming in with something to get you to just snap out of that. You've been there long enough. We are also going to use the Badass Tarot deck so that you guys know there is explicit images. Okay, just for a warning. But it's funny. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit here. And so we can, and my guides absolutely love that deck, as well as the spiritual AF guidance for your week ahead. Okay, we have the ship, the tower, and the mice here. Okay, the tower here in Lenormand represents moving up, rising up. Okay, we have the ship with the tower. This does indicate a huge lift, because remember, we have this yoke here, feeling tied down, feeling very heavy. You were carrying a bunch of stuff here. It's almost like, and getting frustrated because you can't, even though you don't have that load on you now, like it's all over. But like I said, some people are still carrying the heavy reverberations from that, and it's like, oh, I can't get out from under this. Well, Spirit's coming in and you'll get moving here soon. Okay. We have the mice here too. The mice, I call Ganesha's mice. That's how I channel with the mice here, and the Lenormand represents removal of obstacles. Okay, your way will be clear. All right. We also see that here with the tree, feeling better physically, feeling more connected spiritually with the birds, the tree, and the mice. So the spinning, Spirit just said the spinning mind out of it. Psh, gone. Okay, Spirit's coming in very strong on the on a boss. I almost said on a bike. What are you guys doing up there? I'm going to go. Well, no, I don't want to. I want to stay here. Okay. Just to be clear. Okay, the birds and the trees represent a lot of messages coming down from Spirit. There's a lot of confirmations health-wise too, on the mend, raising up, feeling a lot more better physically and mentally with the spinning now, the brain settling down now, out of the way. Things are very clear. But the first thing I think you guys are going to experience is clear messages and vibes from Spirit, especially when this line. This is going to happen like ASAP. They're not giving me an exact time frame, but it's happening. It's starting to happen now as I record this on Sunday. All right. We have a new, for some of you, this is new. There's a couple messages with this line. We have the garden and the child and the ship. Now, I know that a lot of people are traveling for Easter or having visitors there, but for some of you, I feel like this is going to be, is it last minute? Maybe they held off because they knew you weren't feeling well or you were really busy, but I feel like an invitation's coming in. It's like a child's first Easter, or maybe a newborn's first Easter you got to travel to, and that's blessed. For others of you, it looks like there's some small beginning socially coming in, an opportunity, an event that you will travel to, okay? And that's also going to be a sign for you, for that one, that you are moving forward now. Maybe you've been waiting and trying things and it just didn't seem to work. Well, here we go. And what you're going to do, you're going to handle that, right? No more thinking about it. We got to do stuff. One small step. Micro goals are the best way to do it. Take your main goal and break it down tiny. Okay. So we have the fox, the whip, and the tower. Get to work, Spirit says, with the fox, the whip. There's things you need to be doing. They're there. They're ready to support you to rise up. And whatever you're doing, career-wise, a hobby, whatever you talk about doing the most but have not been following through, or maybe you have, but are you sorry, Spirit, this is a specific message for whoever's like, well, I've been trying and just, the reason why it's draining you is because maybe you're doing something that you've always done, maybe spend it a little bit. Spirit wants you to really not be afraid to do something new and just try it. You'd be surprised where that's going to take you. You'd be surprised how you're going to feel doing that. You know, making little changes in your like spiritual practice, for instance, it's just we have evolved, but we can't stay. There's accept and allow. We can't stay spitting out the same stuff all the time. We need change. It's a cycle. Okay, that served you then, but it's not. You can't bring that back. However, you can bring something to the table with you now. It's going to be absolutely amazing and heavily supported by Spirit, okay? Some of you, ooh, that's kind of a harsh one. Sorry, I was just hearing one of the male guides were saying that. Okay. All right, the ship and the whip and the birds. Spirit says, in order to get things moving, you need to get moving. You need to be doing things. You need to be listening. This is a specific message for somebody out there. You're on a hold right now. Like you're just paused right now. It's not a bad thing, but Spirit says that you can't go forward yet, only because there are things you've either been ignoring or maybe arguing about in your head. Well, I can't do that. Maybe ideas come in and you shoot them down immediately because maybe it's scary for you. Maybe you're not going to have control over something, you know? It's like working with the same people or, you know, what? Oh, hold on. Spirit says, we're making excuses. Well, my so-and-so helps me with that, but they're busy, so I'll have to wait. Spirit goes, for what? Exactly. What stops you from moving forward on your own? What stops you from exploring new ideas and stuff? What is stopping you? What harm is it going to do if you try something or look into it? You know? And every time I hear people say, well, I can't, I'm just not blah, blah, blah. Well, the thing is maybe blah, blah, blah is what's needed for whatever you want to get done or wherever you, like say, career or something, you know? So we learn. We're not too old to learn. But it can be a challenge when you get older, when you won't accept and allow the fact that fear is stopping you. You got to look it in the eye, kick it in the balls, step over it, step on its face, and walk on. Walk on. I just realized my mic wasn't plugged in, guys. Give me a sec. Hear me now? Sorry about that. I probably sound so far away. All right, let's open this up with some tarot spirit. Let's talk about the garden, the fox, and the birds, please, and thank you. Whew. Oh. Oh, they're looking at this overall. Yep. Okay, like I said, these images are pretty like, hello, may I help you? So, anyway, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let go. And I feel like Spirit's like, you can't control things. And there are, Spirit's saying there's somebody out there who's very loud about it. It's like you feel very like you have the right to go after people when something happens. And I understand to a point. Maybe that came out wrong. Okay. You guys are bringing on, what the hell, girl? No, I know. Hang on. There's things that happen that fear will not look apparent that it's a fear-based reaction. So it comes out in a controlling way. And Spirit says that needs to go. That's why the yoke is heavier. That's why it's harder if you come out of it. Accepting and allowing. Accepting first that you've been operating from fear-based control. I'm sorry, this is a specific message, okay? Accepting that. See, that's okay though. But before you can allow, you need to go in and find out exactly where this is coming from. A lot of people, oh, I have. Well, this happened. Keep hanging on to the past things that have happened. Keep you in a stasis that is not supported now. And that's why you're heavier. Spirit's trying to get you to release that. And nobody can do that but you. And that's the truth. So this is all about, it's going to be different levels for everybody, okay? So we have 4 of Pentacles in reverse across the board. Accept and allow and let go, okay? Some of you might know what I'm talking about or instantly know what Spirit's talking about. We're going to get a little further into this, okay? We have the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is good. We want to see this in reverse. There will be a clearing of the mind. That energy is not going to be supported, so the mind's going to be clearing up. And I can't lie about this. This is Spirit's energy all over it. This whip coming in whack. Okay. We got to get you here. We got to get you here. Yeah. Especially when it comes to social stuff. Now, when I say social stuff, it's not just like going out and going to parties or events. This is also communicating with others, connecting with others. You connecting with others. Spirit says, nope. So they're going to be kind of giving you a little, every time, like, say you have an opportunity and maybe your brain starts spinning up a little, like, oh, not now, do it later, blah, 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 and da-da-da. You start overthinking it. Next thing you talk yourself out of it. Spirit's going to be coming in with that whip. Like aha, like it's gonna be good. This is good supportive energy. You want this. You want to allow this. You know, when we're working with Spirit's energies, especially the ones that are trying to get us moving, it's lighter, it's easier. You know, it's a little, I mean, compared to the darkness that I personally walked through, especially recently with my leg. The hard part is letting go. That's the hardest thing you have to do. But once you start doing the digging, it comes up to the surface. Just doing that, it starts breaking off and releasing. Okay, let's move on. We have the King of Hearts here for some people. King of Hearts. Okay, for some of you, maybe you've been down, maybe you've given up on love. Spirit is coming in behind the scenes to get you out to meet some people. You may meet a particular person who embodies Pisces or, oh my gosh, Catz, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Water sign, definitely very strong energy. It could be, remember, these are energies, never gender. Meeting someone who's just, I don't know, they're purely themselves, very caring and loving, funny, charismatic, and surprisingly enough, they have their shit together. Yeah. Yes. For others, excuse me. For others, this is about what is coming in to you. This King of Hearts energy talks about like feeling, allowing, like the love, the happiness, the enthusiasm, the hope, without expectations. Because with expectations, that's another thing. People, everything just disappoints me. What expectations did you have on those things or people or situations? That was a hard call out for me when I was like, oh shit, you know, oh my God, you know. We always have expectations. But as we start becoming wiser how we're attaching them, I didn't have expectations on that, you know, blah, 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 you know, but then our minds can, you know, fear can come in like a little sneaky snake in the grass, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I feel this energy coming in, Spirit saying this straight into your heart chakras, awakening that, you know, I feel like there's a dormant energy for some of you in there that has been up there for a while. Love for the things you used to love. Some things move on, right? But there's some things that still to this day will bring you joy, will bring you love, lift you up, and Spirit wants, it feels like, or I'm sorry, I feel like Spirit's going to be boosting that to draw you to just, it's almost like you'll feel like such a craving for it. You'll just automatically go into it and you'll be like, oh yes, this feels good. Why didn't I do this before? You know, type of thing. Could be yoga, could be meditating, could be listening to music, dancing, singing, karaoke. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. You don't have to fight anymore. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Game over. The only war that's going on is within you. You know? But it's holding you back too. This is about releasing that and seeing that very clearly. What have you been battling? Mentally, emotionally, triggerly. Everything's going to become very, very clear for you guys. What's going on with this full moon? See, everything's going to become clear this week for you guys, especially Team 1. Because that full moon is targeting Team 1. I don't want to say it targeting, but it's definitely aiming towards you. I feel like stability emotional-wise, okay? So there's stability there. As I say that, there's a Queen of Pentacles. There's me! Just kidding. That's going to be me. I don't know if I go with a beehive. I don't think that's my thing. I do like that sweater. Anyway, okay, Queen of Pentacles feeling a lot more secure and stable by the end of the week. Surprisingly enough with all of this, like this, right? But, sorry, I was looking at the other cards. But you're going to feel a lot better going through this week. Releasing. You're kind of going through like a really deep wash. That's the only way I can describe it. But I feel like at the end, you're going to be feeling a lot better. Money's going to stabilize. Things are actually going to be more stable. You're going to be feeling like the Queen of Pentacles. It may not be much or a huge thing, but the things that are going to be handled, okay, for you, is it definitely going to make you feel like, and then she doesn't have no yoke on her. She's like, yep. I know she's got money flying around her, but so. Okay. Tower. This is where the whip comes in. That doesn't mean it's going to be a mega, you know, crazy thing, okay? But I thought it was funny because Spirit goes, this goes with this exactly. Something very unexpected, and you're going to be very surprised. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, the whole, like, surprise, like, oh my God, my toilet exploded, and you got to run over there and help out, and it's your bestie, and they have a surprise party for you, okay? So we have the Tower with the Seven of Swords. You will not see this coming. But it's all right. Okay? Because the people that are coming through, I know he looks scary. Okay? It looks bad, but they're coming through straight. Okay? It's like people outside yourself. This is the King of Swords and energy, never gender. He's coming in very straight. These are people you can actually, you know, they're trustful. You trust them. They are honest, very straight, sweet, and to the point. But these are the ones who are going to be bringing a wonderful surprise to you in some way, shape, or form. They want to get you out. Spirit says getting out. Getting out. There's a lot about birds, too. Oh, that was an interesting message for somebody or anybody who, like, either has a lot of birds in their yard or maybe takes care of birds. Spirits showed me like you walking out to a certain tree, a person is, and just sitting there and you happen to notice mice in an area you never would have guessed they'd be at. And you follow them and you'll find something. So it's a treasure. No, I mean, you'll find their nests so you can get rid of them. Because they're starting to come out and do that now. It's starting to get warmer out here. I feel like it might be like our area. So anyway, we have the Ace of Cups. Is it? Yes! Yeah, girl! Okay. So feeling that energy of like renewal. Feeling that cup fulfilled within you, feeling a lot stronger. I feel like you guys are getting nourished, and as even though it is an ace, it's still like it's still going to be slow. Take your time. There's no rush. Spirit's not rushing you right now, guys. Not you, Team 1. They're not rushing you. They're just trying to make things clear. You have time to work out stuff inside you. You have time to get things started. You have time to go out, and you have time for you. That's most important. And I feel like there will be more time made for the things that make you happy, the things that you do love. And maybe you'll connect with your, and when I say this, okay, I'm talking about when you discovered something like in your teenage years that really helped you through it. God, teenage years, right? Really helped you through certain things. For somebody, it could be horseback riding. For others, it could be, maybe they loved horses, but they weren't able to go riding, and something happened. They were able to ride, and that's always been their first love. Maybe somebody experienced a band for the first time, really just connected with their lyrics and their music, their songs, and that became their first love. That's what we're talking about on the other side of this too, in addition. What you need, because things have changed. 10 of Cups, the cycle. The thing is with this too, overall, you guys, and I'm almost done, so bear with me. Thank you for hanging in there. The 10 of Cups talks about the end of the way things were. Because you're not that same person. You have a different vision of what you want. For what, like I said earlier, this is about feeling enthusiastic, feeling love for things again. Instead of feeling dead in the water and heavy and everything's like just heavy on you, this is about shaking that off, but it is connected to closure. Not closure so much, a closing door of something, okay, for you guys. Now you have time to accept and allow you to, what was that? Dream wildly. Now, what do you want to see going forward? The world's still turning. Still, things are changing. Can't fight those changes. They're in our faces. Big time, you know what I mean? And it's not like you're letting them win or you're giving up your stance, because a lot of people are digging their fucking heels in. Nope. And I'm like, and they're feeling that yoke. They're feeling left behind. They're feeling very alone right now. Because it's scary. Whatever the changes are. But know this, once we start accepting a line, we see something, just a more technicolor version of our world. Not only that, but we start seeing things around us as things that we encounter as opportunities, as possibilities, like, I really like that, I want to try that, and actually taking steps to incorporate new things in, and that's Spirit's targeting that in you, okay? The Chariot, okay? Spirit's actually in the driver's seat for you guys this week, okay? Trust and connecting with your guides, big time. I do feel a very pleasant traveling for you guys. For those of you who are traveling like for Easter or just traveling for work or to an event, travel is very much blessed and highlighted. Spirit's very big on getting you outside. If you can. I know the weather's crazy all over the place, okay? But Spirits definitely want you to have a change of environment, something peaceful, even if it is like a coffee shop that's all like very chill, it's your vibe, just kicking back there for an hour, you know what I mean, if you can, or a day. Getting away to your own little place away from work or away from the house even. A lot of people still working from home too, or are home. You need to find a place outside. Not just mean go in your backyard. you need to step away from that environment, because we are also going through all this heavy stuff and the depression and everything else that follows that's very heavy. We're surrounded all the time by things that remind us of it constantly. It's like we're surrounded by it. So we need to step away from it and quit feeding that energy. Moving things around in the house is a good thing if you can. Especially getting rid of things you really don't notice anymore, but they're still there. At least putting them away, or actually, you know, selling them, having a garage sale or something like that. Spirit's very heavily encouraging things that would remind you of something. Every time you look at it, you know, even if it's not right directly in your line of sight, but it's still there, you know, it's time. It's time to, it should, that's the time it served is now over. Okay, so let's be open to that. Make small changes, make big ripples. Let's get some guidance for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me, Team 1. There are good things coming in for you. There are. Spirit's on the way in. You should be feeling it and seeing them now. They are definitely active in the physical plane. Okay? No lie. Our guides are. They really, really are. All right, let's get some guidance. And remember, if I drive or vibe, please like it, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I post your forecast for the week ahead. And join me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Everything you need to know down below in the description box below. All right, there we go. Ooh, okay. I know it's hard to read. Shit you don't have time for. Other people's shit, crazy shit, bullshit, stupid shit, fake shit. Shit that has nothing to do with you. Once you drop that kind of bullshitty shit, you'll have a whole lot more hours in the day to do some awesome shit. Find shit to do that vibes with your soul. I can't even make that up. Where's Lucy? Lucy! There you are. Shit that has no negative consequences. Shit that makes you say, oh, hells yes. Maybe even do some shit that benefits the world in some way. You have time for the fuck yeah shit. Okay? This is just Spirit backing that up for you. Uh-oh. I felt to grab this. I've never had this come up before, but look at the fucking moon. It says, look at that thing. It's lovely AF, isn't it? All right? You're welcome. Spirit just is a reminder that the spirit guides, your spirit guides are all around you, shining their light. They're saying something you'll understand about the moon. Really sitting there and looking at her tonight. And you don't have to do anything special, you know, like a, you know, routine or anything like that. You just simply, you can look up at her and just feel, let her energy hit your face, your eyes. Ask for cleansing and clearing. Help me to see what I won't see, what I need to see. All right, guys, on that note, take care. Hello there, Team 2. Woof. Okay, big message came through. Stop stressing on stuff that's out of your control. Let it go. It's going to all happen in divine timing. And that is definitely in play. Okay? Now, doors will open. We have the key. Okay? I haven't even seen what your main message is. Hold on. There's the key. The key opens doors. That's things opening for you. And if we look at this row, okay, we have the key with the child. The child indicates a small new beginning, a new start. Tiny but mighty is the child. And we have the crossroads. Things are going to open up for you, okay, in divine timing. I'm going to do this first, then I'm going to pull your card. You're probably going, we have to. Spirit's making me. Okay, we have the scythe and the mice. With the whip, guys. You're not out of control with your mind. That is not outside your control. It's your mind. All the worries, all the stressing. Spirit's like, that is totally depleting your energy. It's totally throwing off showing up for yourself 100%. Okay? We may be trapped in our heads, but that doesn't mean we're doing things that are beneficial. Sometimes it's hard to. Okay? Maybe we're in a good mood and it just takes one thing. Okay? And then we have the whip. So discipline is required. Spirit basically says cut that out. It's not serving you at all. Now, I know easier said than done. I know. Little steps make big ripples. With small steps, you can get that quiet, okay? Spirit is behind the scenes. You will see that working for you with the fox, okay? They're being sneaky, okay? Let's go ahead and pull that. Ah! Candle. You will be shown the way. Boom. Okay. We do have a new opportunity opening up here. A new road is opening up here, but not quite yet, okay? There's other things going on in the background, okay, that we're kind of waiting on. Your new beginnings kind of stalled a little bit, and that might be stressing you out, okay? But there are things you can do right now in the moment with you, okay? Deal with the things that are in front of you. How are you? How are you? Are you okay? What can you do for yourself? What do you need? What do you need right now? Besides, well, I want this shit taken care of. I get that. I get that. But since that's off your plate, right? What can you do for yourself right now? That's a big one. Okay? The dog, the fox, and the rider. Okay, so Spirit's definitely coming in a very sneaky way, very unexpected, showing up literally at your door through messages. The writer delivers messages. Okay, not only will you be getting a slew of messages, because this full moon is definitely amping spirit, our spirit connection, okay, with our guides. Huge, okay? Do not dismiss any synchronicities or any coincidences. Okay? Your first intuitional hit is the right one. Spirit is going to be showing you that, making it very clear. Okay? They're going to come in when you least expect it. Spirit says they're going to come in when your guard's down, which means you're not thinking about that situation or that person or where you're at or what you know, it's one thing to, I know what I want down the road. That's one thing. Okay? It is. But we also need to focus on the steps we're taking for ourselves here and now. And that can be a challenge with other shit. You know, this is when we really have to step up, you know. Maybe you are going to have to ask for a hiatus from people. Maybe you're going to have to say, I need 1 week. Okay? 1 week. And ironically, it's funny I said that. Spirits remind me, I did that very thing for myself. I had a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get things together with my leg. I had issues, you know, and stuff. And I had to do multiple appointments back to back for 2 weeks straight. And it was extremely stressful, and work and do readings. And it was just, I just couldn't take it. I'm like, I just need 1 week. So give me a break. You can hit me up next week. And that shifted everything, knowing all I have to do is my job all week. That's it. Now I can breathe a little bit. I'm like, okay. Okay. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask for like a vacation from certain things, certain people. Like, I just need, you know, I'll touch base, but, you know, I just need a break from this for a little bit, you know. Or you can make up a lie. I mean, whatever it takes to give you, you need to take the extra crap off the table. And it's okay to do that once in a while. It's okay. It's getting too much. It's getting too much. It's interrupting your flow is what it is. So if you've been doing okay and then you don't feel okay, then you're doing okay and you don't feel okay, it's interrupting your flow. Look at all the times you were doing all right and then what actually did happen? What happened? And I'm going to tell you, it's most likely connected to a triggering event. Okay, that's what I'm picking up for you guys. Remember, take a resonate, spit out the rest. You got cards. Pull along with me that we can clarify or confirm the reading for yourself, okay? Crossroads, the whip and the rider. Maybe you've been at a crossroads on what to do next. Or, well, should I do this or should I do that? Whatever it is, it's a big decision. possibly extremely life-changing. Could be a new, like a moving to your own place. Could be moving to another state. Could be changing jobs. It could be going, fuck jobs, I want to travel around the country in a little, like, you know, camper van. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Something's coming in with the writer. Time to get moving. Okay? Time to get moving. And it's going to be very clear with the writer. Very, very clear. Okay? We do have the key. With the obstacles being removed, the messages will start coming in. Okay? You guys are... all this stuff, like, I feel like with all three teams, is moving, starting to move today. Is Sunday slow a little bit, but Monday and Tuesday, it's really going to ramp up. Okay? But one thing we got to keep an eye on is those mice of, you know, the spinning mind, the anxiety, okay? Because we do have a crossroads. There's definitely something, some kind of decision, okay, is now coming up. For some of you, it's a brand new opportunity out of nowhere. But it's your opportunity. It's one that's been coming in, though it may not look exactly as you planned it. But it's definitely going to get you to a step towards one of your goals, okay? That maybe you felt you'd have to wait on. It's coming in now. Spirit's like, you got to move now. There's a reason why, okay? With the fox here especially, it talks about that. Remember I was saying things are out of your control? That's because other things have to happen. They're connected to your goal, that are connected to your movement too. Maybe it's not time yet. Divine timing is strongly in play, but showing up now. Maybe, say there was a job you wanted, but they didn't have any openings. You check every time. Say you apply once a month. Okay, I know people do that for their dream jobs. But maybe the person that's in the position you're looking for or wanting so badly, that maybe they're getting ready to retire and they weren't going to quit until they retired, you know, on the date. Maybe you had to wait for that. You don't know. You know, do you see what I'm saying? Somebody may have to leave, but certain events have to be happening over there for that position to open up so you have it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's just an example to show you that's what all this is going on here. Some things aren't going to move by our time frame. They're going to move only by Divine's time frame because there's a lot of elements in play, especially when it comes to other people, right? All right, let's get the badass tarot deck. Fair warning, there's explicit images. Right, so, I saw that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, some of you. Okay. Some of you, this Knight of Swords in reverse. Maybe this is one of those people I was talking about taking a hiatus from. Because right behind it was, I am free of your bullshit. It's time. Ace of Swords. It's Excalibur of Truth. Time to knock this just negative Nancy, poor me, toxic as crap person out. Enough. Enough. Spirit says you deserve way more than that. Better, 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 better. Start looking at things like this. Are they worthy of me? Or is this situation worthy of me? You know what I mean? How do I feel about that? I'm not worried about them and me, how they feel. What about you? We can candy coat walking on eggshells, however you spin it in your head, but it is what it is. You have to really be honest. What fear holds you back? That's a message from Spirit. Okay. Remember, things are going to go on Spirit's timeline, not necessarily your. You might say, well, this, I got to wait for that, and I got to do this, and this, I have it all planned out. Spirit's about to shake that up for you, to show you that the only thing you're in control of is you, my friend. We have the Four of Wands. This is you after. Look at that. Well, maybe you won't be smoking, but you're like, yes. Sorry. Thanks for that. They were like, it's like the moment after, you know, woohoo, yes! You know. That euphoria. you feel afterwards? After a great moment getting your hair pulled. Yeah. They do it right. It's like, oh, you just want to sit there. Just sit there. I don't want to move. I want to stay in this. That's where we're heading. That's where you are heading. Team 2. They said you will not believe the euphoria you're going to feel. Everything's going to line up and work out. Okay, no more excuses. Page of Pentacles. Spirit is definitely coming in on the ground for you guys. Page of Pentacles. Definitely messages. Solid. Real. Long term. Down the road. Coming in to support you if it is a financial nature that holds you back. Okay. Spirit's about to come in a very solid way for you guys. That's exactly what Spirit says. Spirit is definitely like going to be hands-on with you. Is it this one? Oh, there we go. Brand new start. Solid start. Ace of Pentacles. Woo! Yes. And you... But, before you get there, Spirit says... Okay? You need to take a chill. Oh, no. No, you need to make sure your needs are met, and only you can meet those. Mind, body, and soul. Okay? In order to fertilize and utilize the land around us, symbolically speaking, we need to make sure we are filling ourselves up too first. Especially balancing out. I still feel like in here we're still feeding... giving a little bit more to people that aren't fully giving it back. And there's a message coming in saying, so we have to allow that and accept that's just the way it is. Now, is that worthy of you though? Is it worthy of your time? Is it worthy of your worry? Is it worthy of the stress and toxicity? That I feel like it's growing a little bit. So that might be the very thing that's going to have you do what you need to do, whatever that is in your situation. Okay. Remember, take what resonates and pitch out the rest. If you have cards, you can clarify all that too. All right. Timing. I keep hearing timing. Why am I hearing that word timing? Okay. I really feel to read this sideways, which means there's a little bit of a hold here. Okay, so there's still a little bit of giving more than you have to give to others. Okay, whatever that is in your situation. You don't have to. Okay, these are pentacles. This affects your mind. It affects your body. It's affecting your body too. Okay. Very strong message of that. They're like, don't play around with that. So I don't know who that's for. Go to the doctor. Okay. Just, yeah, do a telemed session. Something. Okay. Don't play around with your body right now. Okay. But this is also messing with your mind. Because it'll hold us back from making these key decisions. Literally key decisions here. That you need to be stepping forward and actually creating action towards that goal. A lot of you think you are, okay? And I don't mean that to be rude. You know, remember, I'm the messenger, don't shoot me. But the thing is, it's like, it's still in a safe zone. You know, and that's hard for a lot of earth signs out there. They don't, it's scary for them. You know, just we're free. You can be a free spirit, but then, you know, we do have limits, right? Okay. So basically we need to make sure, take a nice little inventory of yourself, how much in each relationship or situation that you are giving way too much mind time to. Okay. As well as emotionally and maybe even financially. Okay. Too. Because it's like kind of the scales going back and forth and back and forth. Okay, we need to get spirits like get it stable. Now, for some of you, you're gonna find this, and when you finally step into the scary zone, whatever that is for you, doing anything that will, you know, just kind of give you a hiatus from people or let go of something, you know, you've been hanging on to, maybe gyrating over and over in your head. Spirit says you're going to be very surprised when you actually take the action needed, okay? That even, it's going to be quick, fast, and to the point. It's like somebody ripping off a, thanks, Spirit, ripping off duct tape. However, the healing's going to come through a lot quicker. The energy is going to be able to flow in there very quickly to support you. You're going to have a lot of support. It's a 10 of swords. Spirit says the cycle must end, okay? Because the 10 of swords, if we sit in it, it's constant. We have little blocks of happiness, but for the most part, there's like just like anger or pain, resentment, regrets, guilt, and we got to let that all go, because you have such a wonderful world getting ready to open up for you. But you need to first and foremost focus on the here and now and what you can control, which is you. All right, let's get the spiritual as fuck deck out and get you some guidance for Team 2 Spirit. Thank you guys so much for your support. I do appreciate you all to the moon and back. Please, if I drive or divide, please like it, like the video, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell up there or down there so that you can be notified when I post your forecast for the week. Be a badass. Love beam today. I like that. That's right. Today it's your job to fill every room you go into with laser beams of love. If you can't do laser beams, then make your heart a bubble machine and fill the room with bubbles. If that doesn't work for you, then you should bring donuts to work. Donuts make almost everyone happy. Go forth with your mission, grasshopper. Be a badass love beam. The only way we can achieve that with all the shit that we've been going through, where we're going on, is by putting the momentum here and now, and no expectations on how people are react. We don't even care how they're going to react. We're going to spread that beautiful vibe no matter what, because it lives inside you. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can dim that. And we are so much more worthy than people trying to bring us down, or us allowing ourselves to be brought down by other people's negative vibes, right? You've got the power of the love beam. Shoot it out there. Shoot it out. Being weird as fuck is better than being boring as hell. Go to the grocery store and buy one grape. Just one. Put it on the conveyor belt. Let the checker weigh it and ring you up. Ask for a receipt. Do not, under any circumstances, explain yourself to anyone. Take that grape and thank it for teaching you how to do shit that others don't understand for whatever good reason you have. If it feels good to you, Team 2, do it. Do it. That could be one of the reasons why this came up. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Ace of Swords. Watch. Okay? I am free of your bullshit. And this, there's one thing about having respect for, like, you know, the people around you and stuff like that. But should you really be worrying in your head about what they think when it feels so damn good for you? They're not you. And be very grateful for that. You are a beautiful, shining, powerhouse, love beam shooting, just biatch, okay? All of you. You're amazing. But your light gets dimmed. We give it all away to people who just will not, or cannot, or aren't capable of giving it back. And you're rising above that this week. All right, Team 2, take care. Hello there, Team 3. Welcome to your forecast. I have to say this real quick. Blessed Mother Mary. So if any of you work with her, pray to her, do the rosary, whatever that is, she's here. Very, very, she came in when I do my meditation with Gabriel and Metatron. What I do is this. I need to give you a little background real quick. I asked Metatron to open the book for the team. So in this case, Team 3. And I asked Gabriel to translate the messages, you know, through me so that it is true and only from them, you know. My neighbor came over. She's an elderly lady. I had given her a picture of the Mother Mary. It's really big. It's beautiful. And I just finished Team 2. I always take a little break, a breather, and cleanse and reset. And right when I was getting ready to sit down to do your pull, the doorbell rings. And there she is. She's so cute. She just got back from church. She goes, honey, I have to tell you. I said, what, you know that picture you gave me? I said, yes. She goes, well, Thursday, I was praying, like I always do. I always pray to Blessed Mother Mary, ask for help and mercy and blah. She prays for everybody. And she said she had happened to look up, because the picture's right there where she prays. And she said her mouth was moving. And I go, really? She goes, yeah. She was like, she was praying for me. Praying with me. And I was like, that's wonderful, you know. And she goes, well, I didn't say anything because I was like, maybe it's me. She goes, and I didn't, you know, I kind of forgot about it. And she goes, and Friday night it happened again. And so I was like, okay. She goes, I had to stop because I'm like, maybe it's me. So she stopped. She went and got herself something to drink, came back to the table to, you know, and she just looked at the picture. And she goes, she was still doing it. I mean, I looked at other things. She looked at other pictures. Nothing else was doing it but the Blessed Mother Mary's picture. Now, so this is a very strong vibe. In fact, she's the one who guided the cards today for you, Team 3. And I feel that might be a big confirmation for those of you who do work with her or pray to her that she's here. She's praying for you. She's helping you out. And she's going to come through here. My experience with Blessed Mother Mary has always been beautiful. She usually comes to me, I smell roses. She was there for me when I had, you know, I was pregnant with my children. And after, you know, she's an amazing, beautiful, oh God, that energy just makes me want to cry. It's just, I'm so grateful that Mary, my neighbor, had that experience because she is alone. She lost her husband a couple years ago. You know, her daughters aren't really, you know, there, and she's on her own, you know, and that just, she lit up. I haven't seen her this sparkly eyed in a while. So this was I was so happy for her to have that experience. I pass that along to you too. All right, let's get started, guys. Blessed Mother Mary in the house. Now I feel it's very inappropriate for me to use the Badass Tarot deck, but she's okay with that. It's her vibe that's coming through. Okay, and the Spiritual AF Oracle. Okay, we have the tree, the mice, and the lady. Now, which is interesting that we have the lady. First thing I thought was that was her energy. So we'll say that's your guide's energy. Okay. The tree and the mice, it talks about worrying about your growth, maybe worrying about your health, maybe worrying about your connection with your guides, okay, or spirit, or your spiritual practice, okay. But the mice also serve as, they remove things, like Ganesha, the Hindu god. They carry his throne. He's a big guy. Okay, but if they see any obstacles in the way, no matter how big they are, they get them out of the way so they can, you know, continue to carry him through. They also work for us here. Okay, and Spirit is removing any blockages that have been going on, maybe connections with people. This could be connections with Mother Mary. This could be your guides. Spirit's very strong on that. That has to do with guides. Everything's opening up. I also feel for some people who've been worrying about a certain situation or person, you're finally going to hear something that's really going to bring you peace. We have the lilies right under the lady. So whatever your situation you're in right now, everything's being removed and there's a lightness of energy. Definitely pay attention to those signs and synchronicities from your guides. You know, they're the real thing. Okay. I just feel a big sense of like, and peace coming in for you guys this week. And it's definitely going to be confirmed in the physical plane with the Rider. Okay. And I can't describe to you like how, you know, or who or what. Spirit's saying, you know, you will know it. You will hear it. It could be a conversation you're just having with somebody and boom, they confirm what you picked up earlier in the day or something. Or a confirmation you're not alone in something that's happened or going on. That's a message for someone in particular. Okay. Now, the gentleman here in this column is representing the divine masculine energy. Divine masculine is like, think the sun card in tarot. If you do have cards, by the way, please pull along so you can clarify or open this up a little bit more for your own situation. This is talking about renewal, rebirth, like rejuvenation, abundance, prosperity. I haven't even grabbed your stuff yet. And the opening of the heart, it's like feeling better. This is like a huge, like everything's strengthening up. Okay, opening up the heart, like feeling more of the good stuff, feeling more. It's like, how do I say this? They're showing me like you utilizing when you do, you're starting to feel this power in the best ways possible for yourself. Because when you do that, you're guaranteeing this is going to last. And you're just going to want more. And you're going to go after these things. I feel like you guys have learned a lot, have been going through a lot of soul searching. But what does make me happy? A lot of you did some breakthroughs where you're trying new things. Just, you know, I'm not going to say, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try it. You're actually taking action, which is amazing. Just a beautiful energy here for Team 3. I hear applause. Good job, Team 3. Okay. Now, maybe some of you have been worried or focusing on what is coming in. Could it be a divine counterpart? Okay. Maybe you're worrying about that. This stork represents something arriving after a very long time. And Spirit's like, cut out worrying, focusing on that. It's going to come in when it's going to come in. In fact, with this gentleman, the stork, there's a peace. I feel like some of you will meet someone. It doesn't matter what capacity it is, but someone that's it's going to be new. It could just be just a chance meeting. I feel like it's someone who's going to be around for a long time, though. It could be like you just meet through friends, you meet at a birthday party, you meet at an event, you know, with friends. I feel like there will be friends involved when you meet this person. It's someone new. You may have heard their name before mentioned by said friends, but now you're actually going to meet the person in person. And it just brings you a sense of peace. You can totally relax. It's like letting your hair down and being yourself. You just feel like this relief when you're with this person. Like any stress about meeting new people, whether it's romantic or, you know, just, or I wonder, you know, sometimes we get wrapped in our heads about that. There's a peace there. None of that's there. This is good. This is good. New opportunities are definitely opening up, brand new beginnings. So you guys have been taking action steps, so here it comes. Okay? Little steps make big ripples. Okay, now, whatever heartbreak. Okay, we have the heart in the side. This isn't bad. Whatever heartbreak, some of you, I feel, I feel it's recent. Okay, we're not going to be sitting in that because you will see why this had to happen. Some of you already know why. Okay, maybe you had to swing that side, cut somebody off. Okay, and just say, I'm done. This is it. Because it's a 10. The ending of one thing leads into a number. Look at the number 1. I can't even. New beginning with the writer. Spirit's definitely indicating new people coming in. One person. We're not getting a whole group. It's one person at a time coming in here. Okay. It's arriving after a long time. These are people that will bring us peace. These are people we can be ourselves. Where we feel confident. Wow. I feel like for some of you, it's a big job opportunity that leads to like a better growth, better position. You may be offered something that's outside your normal career field that usually you stay there because you've been there forever. But this opportunity is coming in such a way, you know, you see, it's going to give you everything you need. And plus, I really feel that very strongly here for Team 3. Okay, you're getting an offer. It's something long awaited. So maybe if people are in that financial situation, or not financial, but it is tied to our careers and jobs. But if you've been at a job for a long time, you know, it has some perks and stuff, but you're not really, you know, you want something new. You're looking at another position maybe, and maybe you finally bucked up. Maybe the action was you finally applied to a job that sounded really good and it looks good, but not really expecting it to, you know, or maybe you finally spoke up to your supervisor or something, or a boss, manager, CEO, whatever, for a better position, and maybe you haven't heard anything. Here it comes. Guaranteed this week, okay? I shouldn't say guaranteed. That's spirit for you. So it's whatever it is for you guys, but definitely it's something long awaited. You've been doing so much work. Now it's time. We do have the heart with the stork and the lady, the divine feminine up there in the corner, or Mother Mary. We have something coming in that's going to make your heart overflow. It's almost like we've forgotten what that feels like. Do you remember when you were a teenager and you heard a new song on the radio and it just grabbed you? Brought you to your knees. You loved that song so much. You listened to it over and over and over and over. That was your go-to song. To this day, you could put it on. Right? Have you done that? When's the last time you listened to that? That's the level that we're talking here. And first loves actually came up in Team 1, and I feel like there's a reference here for some of you, okay? Something that we would indicate as a first love. We're dismissing people for a moment. Like, you know, your actual first love as, you know, relationship. This has to do with things that you just love. Okay, for me, it was roller skating. Roller skating. Rick Springfield, okay? Sorry, I just dated myself, but that's okay, right? Rick Springfield, oh my God. Those were my first loves. Those, like, his songs, roller skating to, you know, 80s music. That was my first love. I have roller skates. I do roller skate. I haven't been able to because I hurt my leg. But it's getting better now. And I will be putting those skates back on, by the way. Because I get so happy when I do it. I have all tile in my house. So I can roller skate all over the place. Okay. And I do that too. Ask my coworkers. They'll tell you. I roller skate all over the place. And it brings that, oh, how do I describe it? That first love feeling. You know? Maybe there's a certain band or a certain song. Go back. Spirit says the first loves coming out. Going back to the real first loves. The ones that got us through the shit times, right? The ones that pumped us up. The groups, the singers, the actors. Just whatever your first... horseback riding, surfing, you know, whatever it is for you, your first love. Spirit's bringing that back to us because they say, you know, those first loves are just as important as the first love relationships. If anything, our first loves outside of, you know, relationships have stamina. They're still there for us, and they still make this beautiful heart overflow. They really do. When I was talking with my friend the other day, all of a sudden we were bringing up all these songs, and this topic came up 3 days ago. And I usually pick up stuff before the readings anyway, but the conversation, we spent at least 3 hours talking about the things we loved, like horseback riding, skating, and then we went into all the songs. And the artist, but you should have heard us. Our voices turned into like teenager kids discussing our favorite bands and the certain songs and the posters we had on our walls. And, you know, it wasn't a trip down memory lane. This was a reignition of an otherworldly influence, I'm telling you. But look, I'm smiling my ass off right now because that I still see I can reignite it just by thinking about that conversation, because it reminded me that there are some things that I fell in love with when I was younger that to this day still show up for me in the heart as far as love goes. You know, it's there. They're there. They're always there. One day I might not be able to roller skate, but I'm going to make it work somehow. I'm telling you. Anywho, but that's another thing. coming up for you guys. Maybe some of you have been kind of looking in that direction. Go back. What, like, I mean, but sometimes, you know, if you get older, sometimes, you know, some of our first loves are a little harder to, you know, and it may make us depressed. But there's other things that we had too. And there's other things that we could do to still get that love going. You know, even if we have, like, you know, certain barriers, you know, to actually doing those things. I just feel I need to say that out there. But there's other things we can do connected to that. Okay. So you take that as it resonates for you guys. Let's pull that tea leaf oracle. What does it say here? Bread. Period of prosperity and abundance. I don't doubt it with the tree and the stork and the rider. So there's definitely this energy of stability and peace for you guys coming in for this week. Maybe certain money issues. You might actually get a little surprise there, a little extra help that you weren't expecting. Okay. Or maybe you come across something going through your first loves. Maybe you have collect baseball cards or something to that effect. That, you know, you might be able to, you get like, you put it on the, just say an auction site or eBay or something like that, and you get a lot more than you expected. Or maybe putting it on social media and getting just, you know, getting some pickup on your social media there. Okay, you'd be surprised how these things work out. These didn't shuffle right up to right now. Sometimes my deck won't. Keeps like a couple cards very close. She kept like 3 in a row. So let's do this fresh for Team 3. Let's get some clarification. What's going on? Prosperity and abundance, peace. Yep. Okay. Sorry, Spirit. We're not reading all those. That did too much. Okay. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. An ending leading to a beginning. 10, the announcement of a start of a new cycle, the end of an old cycle. Okay, now if you notice, this is kind of retro looking, right? The first thing I thought was Miami Vice, but this is talking about getting a reignition. Okay, not nostalgic, but getting a reignition the way you would feel with your very first love, the first time you heard that song, the first time you heard this band or saw this movie or put on roller skates or got on that surfboard or even a boogie board or started running, hiking, whatever that is. There's a reignition happening here for you guys specifically. Okay, the end of the dead stuff. Shedding all that stuff that is not fueling your fire, your heart's fire. Yeah, there we go. Now we got it. Instead of things emptying out, we got things coming in now, balancing the wallet, balancing the budget. Slow and steady wins the race, okay? Be very careful. They said be very wise. Some of you, there is a message here for just a small percentage watching this. Make sure you really sit down and look at everything that's going out every month, okay? That's just they said you need to be, you know, aware of that because you may need that money for something extremely important. I mean, like, they're showing me, for instance, a car or the house or something like that, okay? Or even health, all right? So be mindful. Don't be scared. Just look. I turn off subscription things left and right. You know, and then I'll turn it back on later on. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, we can always go back, you know, to those things. All right. So we have the 3 of Cups, happy, joy, and friends coming in very strong. I feel like there could be a celebration some of you are going to. It's just like, just your friends. Just having a good time. Just being in the moment. I feel like also that is a vibe coming in. Feeling like that, connecting with people you haven't talked to for a very long time. And just talking to them raises this vibe up. And maybe you say you'll get together, and maybe you won't, though. But it's not the point. The point is just being in that moment, sharing that vibe. Like I was explaining that conversation I had with my friend and how, like, I mean, we were just talking and it lifted us both, like, to such a level. You know, and we were both kind of I was feeling okay, but she was feeling a little down, and that just like shot her up through. I mean, we were like, oh. But it remained with us. It didn't fade after we were done talking. It was still there, you know? And that's why I say that those first loves are very sustaining, you know, throughout our whole lifetime. And that's why I feel coming in with you and connecting with people that are connected to that vibe. Okay, specifically, Spirit's a very strong energy. Balance. Take it easy. I'm just kidding. This card always kills me. I'm like, oh. We were talking about Blessed Mother Mary, and here's a nun. Okay. Sorry, Blessed Mother Mary. But she does have a sense of humor. She understands. Temperance, remember, they want you to step up a little bit more about you, making sure, remember how I was talking about, take a look at, for whoever that was, take a look at your bank account, see what's going out, and really being honest with yourself. Why you keep it, you know, even, well, I might want to later. Well, you can go back and get it later. It's not going to hurt you. Seriously. Seriously. I had to do that a few times before I go, oh, no, I'll wait. Oh, no, I'll wait. Oh, no, just do it. Yeah. Just do it. Temperance is about the same thing. Make sure and I think Spirit's going to make it very clear. This full moon is very strong and highlighting for us going into this Easter week. And yeah, we do have Venus. Venus finally went direct on the same time as the full moon. However, we're still in post shadow. Okay. But the Temperance energy is all about making sure that you're not giving more to not just people, but to things. This includes your thoughts. To anything that is not giving back. And that means thoughts that are like, get stuck in your head about something that it's not, the people involved or the thing involved isn't there giving anything back to you. You're wasting your energy, you know. And that's really hard, but I feel like a bunch of you are starting to work at that. Well, this isn't the whip, but you're starting to cut that out, starting to learn. And this first love energy I was talking about, music. Start looking up your old loves in music, or you know, start looking up things that relate to your first real love. That will help shut that up, because the thing is that the anxiety or the spinning fear-based mindset that we get into, overthinking, I call it spinning because it just won't, and it's like until you drop, you know what I mean? It has no power when it comes to that at all. Because when you're feeling it and you just go vibe with it, the brain can't do anything but, okay, I guess we're stopping. Yeah, we are. And we just filled that empty space with some good stuff that will also help you going forward in looking at things in a much, and staying with that vibe. Getting a handle on it with the best things possible. Food for your soul. Things are actually coming around in your favor. Okay, be patient. It's coming in. Don't have any expectations on how, especially Spirit's got their own plan, and we just go along with it because it's always for our highest good, and it always works out perfectly. It really does, in the most unexpected and surprising ways for you guys. Oh, just feeling so good. Feeling good. You guys are going to feel really good this week. Monday and Tuesday. What was that about Monday and Tuesday? It just vanished. For some of you, it might be a little bit, it's cleaning up energy, making sure things are balanced, especially financially, and also about going forward. Maybe it's people you work closely with that just are kind of demanding, and trying to kind of come up with a plan to, especially if you work with them. You know what I mean? It's harder. But there's some sense of a battle plan, in a sense, in a good way. Going forward, like I said, if you can listen to music, or, you know, pick one from that time frame, you know, where the first loves was this music. Oh, I remember that song. Oh my God. Like Saturday in the Park by Chicago. God, we were listening so many songs. Like, oh my God, I forgot about that one. Oh my God. Yeah, it was amazing. Maniac. I loved that song. Not the Stray Kids version. This has to do with, was it Michael Cimbello? I think. From the Flashdance soundtrack. Okay. Okay, we have the nice surge in reverse. Yay! We want to see this in reverse. Getting a lot more better sleep. The mind calming down. Seeing things very clearly. We've got you looking like the King of Pentacles here. Feeling very stable by the end of the week for sure. You're going to be like, woo! It's just this huge feeling of peace and stability. And then laughing things off. You know, there's a thing about laughing things off that occurred before that. Like, thinking, God, I was so stressed out about this, and I can't believe that. But laughing about it because you're starting a whole new chapter. The beginning starts for you. The cycles are closing now, okay? And you are starting anew going into next week, my friend. Yes. Ooh, I'm excited. Woo, this team has got me lifted. You got me lifted. Let's get some spiritual AF oracle for you guys. Remember, if I drive with your vibe, please like this video. And don't forget to share and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that you're alerted when I put up your forecast for the week. And everything you need to know about me down below in the description box. I'm very active on Instagram if you want to follow me. All right. The moment you start acting like life is a blessing, it starts feeling, starts feeling like one. Get grateful, get grateful, get grateful! If you're looking for answers, the easiest fix to any problem is to start with gratitude. Look around and name something that's awesome. Do you have a truly amazing cat? Fuck yeah. What's awesome about the cat? Aren't you glad it's alive? Don't you hate cats? Do you hate, don't hate me. Do you, don't be watching this then. No, I'm kidding. Do you hate cats and don't have one? Isn't it amazing that you don't have to live with one of those furry little creeps? Okay, now keep going. So basically too, it's not so much, I want to say yes, always, we always want to have the attitude of gratitude, right? But sometimes it's really hard for us. We can say it, but feeling it is what drives the law of attraction, that energy attraction to bring us more things that feel that way. You got me? Words are power, people, but it's the feeling that brings that thought to life. Okay, good and bad. Okay, so, but basically this was also talking about, for those of you still working about the, you know, the mind just instantly going there, being like triggered by minor events throughout the week. Spirits was also with this, was talking about staying present. How do you stay present? Lock in on one thing. It's easier. I know this. I follow Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. It's easier for me if I focus on a physical object that makes me happy when I look at it. If you look at a physical object and you're not happy with that, and that's in your house, why the fuck is it there? Get rid of it. Say, I don't like that. Why don't you? I'd say, I'm grateful that I can get rid of that. You know what I mean? That I got rid of it. There you go. And then you look at space going, I just feel so happy I have that space there. And I'm very grateful because now I have that space. I can put something that I like to look at there. Do you see where I'm going with it? It's just about staying present. Okay? And flip, and that's the easiest. Well, it takes a little bit, but that is one of the easiest ways to get into that attitude of gratitude, just like I am, that you guys still follow me and that you watch these videos. I am extremely grateful. Meditation, aka shutting the fuck up for a few minutes. Okay, when your brain starts spinning, guys, lots of people say they don't know how to meditate. You're no longer allowed to be one of them. Shut up for a few minutes, and this is talking about your brain. See what happens. Yep, that's what Buddha did. Then do it some more. So for those of you who might have wandered off your meditation practice, time to bring that back in. Meditating is just like what we were just talking about. Being present, focusing on one thing, and look at all the good things about it. Why do you like that so much? You know, well, because of this. Well, why? Oh, I like the colors in it. You'd be surprised that like 2-minute conversation with yourself about one thing you really like, how that flips your mood around. It really, really does. All right. Oh, no. Okay. Let's see. I shouldn't say oh, no. All right. Okay, I'm going to read these because they're funny. Oh, this one's nice. Loving is its own reward. The very act of loving is the benefit of risk. We all want to be loved back. We all want to be supported. But when you grow up, you see that it has nothing to do with how the person who receives your love reacts. and all about you. Just being willing to open your heart in this dangerous world. Okay? Be a gangster and love the fuck out of someone today. Expect nothing in return. Just like there was it Team 2? The love beam. It said they were, you know, like a powerhouse. Like they need to shoot that love beam out wherever they go. You do that with that gratitude, you know, just feeling good. And don't let anybody, don't allow a trigger. Don't allow somebody's attitude, you know, don't allow anybody, they have no right to bring you down, okay? They don't have the right to do that. So if we start going down because of them, we're actually solely responsible, right? I mean, it's okay to feel and stuff. We don't need to let them take us down, okay? We're gangsters over here. Spiritual gangsters. Okay. Life would be a lot more fun if everyone's middle name was motherfucking. Okay. Make today fun by silently inserting motherfucking into the name of everyone that you come in contact with. Ben motherfucking Franklin. Grandpa motherfucking Bob. That lady from accounting, she's now Carol motherfucking Cooper from accounting. Yo. Somehow this makes those financial spreadsheets more bearable, right? It's going to be a great motherfucking day. You guys are going to have a great motherfucking week. And remember this will give you a nice little lift, too, if you're dealing with, you know, some dumb motherfucker. So, on that note, guys, sending you lots of good vibes. Thank you for your support. Love you. Take care.